2 Kings chapter 6 verse 15. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? Question. And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Harakakwadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Salutes to all the sincere elect out there. Keep pushing, keep fighting. We see light at the end of the tunnel. And yes, man, I'm going to get into some of this from what just recently happened with me. And I relate to this 2 Kings chapter 6 more than ever. So the title of this video is, yes, the wicked be mobilizing. The wicked be mobilizing, but the Most High and his host of chariots, host of army, he be mobilizing. He be mobilizing. Once again, that's going to be the title of this video. And the Most High gave me a visual example, something that happened. This was Sunday morning. So when I read this now, I read it with a different, I relate more to it. What happened with Elisha, the attendant of Elijah. So I want to look up the word, and then we're going to come back to this. This ain't going to be no long video, Lord willing. Just want to get into this, what I just recently had. It wasn't a vision, but you can call it a visual example. And it's been on my mind, the word mobilizing, because we can see what's happening with Nero and his military and his National Guard. So the word here, mobilize, what does it mean? I'll just tap that in. It means deploy, master, rally, call to arms, call up, summon. Right? So yeah, he's summoned. Nero has summoned his soldiers, his military, his armed guard, National Guards. What is he doing now over there in Babylon? And maybe there's more now, but he deployed he deployed around 300 National Guards, maybe there's more now, to around 19 states over there in America, all different states. Things probably he's probably stepped up more since then, but the word here, that's what he's doing, right? He's deploying National Guards on the streets, right? And we see the confusion that's taking place, which that we know what that is. That's problem, reaction, solution, and we know it's leading to, ultimately it's leading to the MOTB, the tag and bag. But we're no longer talking about we're going to be in Jacob's trouble. We're in Jacob's trouble, right? And it's gonna build. So that's taking place. The mobilizing of the ease, right? I'm gonna that's the birds. The birds getting, they're chiming in. So what's it saying, the etymology of mobilizing? It says the word mobilizing is the British English spelling derived from the French word mobiliser, which means to set in motion. It combines a root, mobile, meaning movable, from the Latin, a bit of a mouthful here, mobilis, with suffix, which denotes the action or process of doing something. Yep, that's what's happening also over here with the mother of Babylon. They're mobilizing now. We're hearing a lot about it. We're going to hear more about it. The digital app, the digital ID is going to come in the form of an app once again, right? And there's things taking place. There's been protests about it already, and obviously they have to deploy the centurions, the police, to keep tags and watch on the people, because the people are not happy about it. I think there's going to be another protest at the end of this month. So yeah, they be mobilizing too, and this is worldwide, right? This is the beginning stages of the mobilizing that's taking place with the wicked. right? So to set something in motion, it says, which denotes the action or process of doing something. The term first appears in the 19th century primarily in a military context, right? Because that's what it's really about, right? For preparing troops and resources for active service. Enough said, enough said. So that's what it says there in the etymology. The military sense of preparing for active operations or taking the field. 1838 says, as render capable of movement. 1846 says, as brings unto readiness or circulation from France mobile. There you have it, right? So it's a term, a military term, right? That was used more so in the early stages, but we still use that today because that's what's definitely taking place. So the Most High, what did he do? This was Sunday morning, right? We're going to get back to the precept. We only really need one. Sunday morning, let me read it. I'm going to read it again. 2 Kings 6 and 14 says, therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early, right? This was about 5 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 to about 5 o'clock in the morning. Something, I just randomly got up. Maybe I was gonna do something, but I stepped outside the house, and Spirit had me look up, and I just saw a fleet of chariots. And I just thought, oh, there's one chariot there, maybe there's two, because you see them when you look up. Most likely you're going to see them if it's a clear sky at night. And I saw a very, very bright one, but then I continued looking up, and I just kept seeing them. It was about 5, right? I counted 5, then 10, then 15, then up to the 20s, and I just kept seeing. And it seemed as though I was there for I don't know how long, but it never ended. It never ended. The fleet of chariots just kept going over, and it's almost like it never ended. I don't know how long I was out there for looking up. It wasn't bright morning yet, but it was still dark. But it was early morning, so that was a fleet of chariots. So what did Let me read. Let me carry on reading. And when the servant of the Lord of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host come past the city, both with horses and chariots. Right, and this is why I relate to this right here a little bit more than previously. Yeah, host to come past the city with both with horses and chariots, right? Chariots, otherwise called UFOs or UAPs, right? So-called unidentified flying objects, which we know what they are. The scriptures explain it to us, what they are. All right, they're the chariots of the Lord. All right, and it's interesting because he got up early in the morning as well. It was early in the morning. It says God was rising. It says, and when the servant of the man of God was risen early, right, early and gone forth, behold, an host come past the city, both with horses and chariots, and his servants, and unto him. Alas, my master, how shall we do? Right, this is the question now, what he's asking. Elisha is asking Elijah, and here's the answer. And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes. Elisha prayed, actually. Elisha prayed and said, no, not Elisha. Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountains was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. There you have it. There you have it, Akim. Right, the attendant, the servant of Elijah. So I relate to that because it was almost, when I looked up, it was early in the morning as well. I looked up and it was a fleet of chariots going over the house. Now I do see them once again, I see them, especially when it's a clear sky at night. Couple, maybe 1, 2, 3. Maybe you can count them on one hand, maybe 5. But this was like, it was never-ending fleet of chariots. So the point I'm making is that, yes, the Edomites, them, the wicked, and we see what they're doing. They be mobilizing, but the Most High gave me a manifestation. He made it manifest. He gave me a visual example. And the Most High knows why he gave me that visual example. And let me look up the word here as well. One more word to look up. So when something is manifested or manifestation. Manifestation. The word here in the Google, it says, an event, action, or subject that clearly shows or embodies something abstract or theological display. Right, most I made it. He manifested it to me, because all these past couple of weeks, I've in the back of my mind, I've been thinking about how the wicked be mobilizing, and I've been saying it in some of my videos. Yeah, they be mobilizing, which is really about, it's really a military term, because we know them mobilizing. We had the rally with the deletion of that person, Kellogg's Cornflakes. You know, the deletion of that spokesman, well-known spokesman, the radical, they call him the radical left. That was deleted, and they had his rally, and there was 90,000 people there, and it was all fighting talk. They was making terms like the storm is coming, and they was making references to you know, about inventions, and we know we are the original people. We do the inventions, we do the creation. Jacob is the form of all things, and they was speaking in code, like basically speaking in code, in jest. Many a true word is said in jest. Like, they're not happy about the fact that they see the prophets on the roads, highways and the byways, in the garments, and you can see it was a resentment in their speech, right? Because they know that really Jacob are the first people, right? Jacob is the beginning of the world. Rather, Esau is the beginning of the world, but Jacob is the end of the world that followeth. So we're going to make our claim to the earth. We're going to make and take back the earth, as the scriptures say. We're going to take it back, because we're the beginning of the end, and their end is here, and they know it. So they're going to do all they can, once again, mobilize to keep hold of something that they're so used to having for decades, for years, right? They've been having it for years, and they're not used to taking L's, and they don't want to take no L's, right? And that was all fighting talk. Right? I went into a little bit more details about the Kellogg's Cornflakes rally, right? What is his name? Pete Hegseth, a former National Guard. Another one was speaking. Tarson Tucker Carlson. Also Stephen Miller. Right, these are all righties, far righties, right? And the speech was really taken from someone who was a neo-Nazi. When you go into it, when you do research on it, the speech, "The storm is coming," was taken from someone who was a staunch neo-Nazi. So it was all neo-Nazi, right talk, right? Hatred, hate. And we talk about hate speech. That was true hate speech. So the point is, yeah, the Mosai, he's let me see it with my eyes. The scripture backs it up. That's why he said, "Fear not, there are more than that are with us than that are with them." And he let me see it, right? To mobilize, right? Action or subject, an event, action or object that clearly shows or embodies something abstract or theological. Display, demonstrate. There you have it. The first obvious manifestation of global warming, right? We know, because we see what's happening to the earth, which really, man's going is of the Lord, right? It's the way that the wicked, it's giving me this example, but it's really the way that the wicked are not looking after the earth. The earth be mourning, right? Isaiah 24. The act or fact of showing something, that's the point right there. display, demonstrate, showing, exhibit. Right, enough said. Presentation. So the Most High gave me a manifestation. Right, manifestation of practice or focusing on. Here's another example here. It's giving me an example here of manifestation. Manifestation is a practice of focusing your thoughts, beliefs, and actions to bring your desires unto reality. I was definitely thinking about it. I was definitely meditating on it. Right? The Most High gave me that. I was definitely thinking about it. Often linked to the law of attraction, while scientifically unproven, manifestation, right? This is spiritually. Techniques include visualizing, right? Our elder apostle Gabar usually be talking a lot about that, visualizing. Where there is no vision, the people perish. So I was visualizing, include visualizing, affirmations. The Most High gave me that, definitely. Affirmations, right? Visuals. There's another one. You got affirmations, you got visuals, you got dreams, you got it might come to me. There's a lot of words relating to that, but prophets get those things, a lot of those things. Affirmation, visions, a talking concrete step toward goals, believing, right, faith, believing that a positive mindset can help achieve them. In a broader sense, manifestation can also refer to a public demonstration or outward expression of a condition. There you have it. So you believe, right? Most High, you believe, you have that faith. Most High gives you that manifestation. That was what it was, right? Of the chariots of the Lord. And that's what he said when the question was asked in 15, back to it, 2 Kings 6 and 15 says, and when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? Right? The question, right? If you have any fear, I'm going to say this as well in the spirit. For those of us that are weary or may get weary, here's a manifestation here, what the Most High gave me, and the scriptures as well, to boost our faith in the times when we see how they are mobilizing, how the enemy is mobilizing, right? When the National Guards come down, when they come in like a flood, Isaiah 65 and 19, when they come in like a flood, what the Most High say he gonna do? He gonna lift up a standard. And he did it then with the Assyrians. And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. There you have it, man. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountains was full of horses and chariots and fire round about Elisha. And you know what happened to the Assyrian army? He struck them with blindness. He struck them with blindness, and they did have mercy on them when the eyes was open, but he struck them with blindness. So who's in control of this? Yes, they be mobilizing. They be mobilizing. He be mobilizing. His military be mobilizing. His National Guard be mobilizing. But we get back to the precept. 2 Kings 15 once again says, and when the servant of the Lord of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they be with them. Enough said, enough said. Just wanted to bring that out as the Most High gave me a manifestation of a live example, a visual, that there is more that be with us than that be with them. Chariots galore. Most High let me see chariots galore, and that's going to be the title of this video. Most High manifested unto me Sunday morning about 4:30 to 5 o'clock, chariots galore, and there are more than that are with us than that are with them. Till the next one.